already know what the fuck going on. We just broke the link record with the youngest link of the century. $1 million in a couple hours. I'm still the youngest one doing it. For all the grown-ass haters who've been hating since I was 9 years old, look at me now. What y'all got to say, y'all?
Lil Tay dropped her of link exactly 1 minute after turning 18. And what happened next exposed something so dark about our society that most people still refuse to acknowledge it. At 12:01 a.m. on her birthday, thousands of grown men who had been waiting since she was a literal child immediately flooded her page with money, transferring over $1 million in just 3 hours. But here's the part that should terrify everyone. She just revealed that men were pre-ordering her content back in 2023 when she was only 15 years old.
Oh yeah, and thank you to all my supporters who have pre-ordered since 2018, or whenever you did.
And adult entertainment companies were actively trying to sign her while she was still underage. They weren't even trying to hide it. They were openly approaching a child, planning her transition into adult content years before it would be legal, and everybody just watched it happen. This isn't just about one girl making questionable decisions the moment she became an adult. This is about an entire system that's been grooming young influencers for this exact moment, and once you understand what really happened with Lil Tay, you'll see why this was planned from the very beginning. The timing exposed everything. When Lil Tay posted content shot at 12:01 on my 18th birthday, she was telling on herself without realizing it. Think about what that actually means. Everything had to be ready while she was still 17, just waiting for that magical moment when the clock struck midnight. The account setup, the photo shoots, the marketing campaign, all prepared while she was underage. As one person pointed out online, if you're scheduling a release the minute you turn 18, then the content was created while you were still 17, which raises questions nobody seems to want to answer. She spent weeks building up to this moment with a calculated campaign that would make professional publicists sick. Should I drop the link on my 18th birthday? She kept asking her followers, running polls where over 31,000 people actively encouraged a teenager to start selling content the second she legally. The marketing got more shameless as her birthday approached. She posted screenshots saying, "Freshly 18, please don't tell my mom," and "youngest link of the century," deliberately targeting exactly who you think she was targeting. In just 3 hours, she made over $1 million. 500,000 from subscriptions, another 500,000 from direct messages, and 26,000 in tips. All from people so desperate that they didn't even wait to see what they were buying. After making her million, Lil Tay posted a thank you message that should have triggered immediate FBI investigations. She literally said, "Thank you to all my supporters who have pre-ordered since 2018 or whenever you did." She's thanking people for pre-ordering her adult content since 2018, when she was 11 years old. This wasn't a slip of the tongue. She was acknowledging that grown men had been waiting for this moment for 7 years. But the most terrifying part involves the adult entertainment companies. Multiple companies allegedly approached her while she was still underage, not to protect her, but to sign her. They wanted to lock her into contracts before she even turned 18. During one promotional stream, her brother mentioned agencies offering her $30 to $40 million to drop a link the moment she turned 18. Whether those numbers are real doesn't matter. What matters is that legitimate business entities were approaching an underage girl with offers for adult content, and nobody did anything about it. No investigations, no arrests, no consequences. To understand how we got here, you have to go back to when Lil Tay first exploded onto the internet as the youngest flexer of the century. She was just 9 years old, running around expensive houses that weren't hers, throwing cash at the camera while screaming, "This toilet costs more than your rent. Everything in my bathroom costs more than your rent." It seemed bizarre and funny at first, until the mask slipped. Those leaked videos changed everything. Suddenly we could hear her brother coaching her. No, you need to be more ignorant. Say it like, "You broke bitch." Her mother was right there too, using her daughter's viral fame to promote her real estate business. The whole family was turning a 9-year-old into a product they could profit from. From the earliest age, she learned that getting attention meant being outrageous, that her worth came from how many views she could generate. As one commenter perfectly put it, "Little girl been getting pimped out since she was 9. She doesn't know anything else." Her own family programmed her to see herself as a commodity, and now that she's 18, she's just continuing the only pattern she's ever known. After the coaching videos went viral, Lil Tay vanished. Her father, who had been trying to get custody and protect her, was reportedly horrified. One commenter noted, "This is exactly what her father was worried about." And looking back now, he was right. For about 3 years, she went completely dark. It seemed like maybe someone had finally stepped in to protect this kid, But then in 2023, she attempted one of the most disgusting publicity stunts ever. Her Instagram suddenly posted that she and her brother had died. 24 hours later, after no news outlets could confirm it, she miraculously came back claiming her account was hacked. Nobody bought it. This was clearly desperation to generate buzz. The comebacks kept getting more desperate after that. Failed music career, jumping on streams with Kai Cenat and Aden Ross, dating shows, anything to stay relevant. Each attempt felt more forced, like watching someone frantically trying different keys on a door that would never open again. She'd been trained since childhood that attention equals value, and now that it was fading, she was willing to do anything to get it back. The final descent started weeks before her birthday. She began calling out influencers by name on TikTok, giving them 24 hours to vote on whether she should start an OF.
Alabama Barker, Sophie Rain, Camilla, Piper Raquel, Brecky Hill, and Jamal. Y'all have 24 hours to respond and cast a vote in whether or not I drop this 18th birthday link. And for the older people who always got something to say, Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, Tate, Charlie Kirk, Jake Paul, and Rakai. Y'all all have 24 hours to cast in your vote. Do I drop this 18th birthday link or not? And
The messaging got more disturbing as the day approached. She posted about how every male has been counting down to her birthday, actively acknowledging and encouraging predatory behavior. She even tried dragging in Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens, saying if they didn't respond, their silence meant approval. Then came that staged confrontation with her brother that was so fake, it made reality TV look authentic. He pretends to be concerned about her plans. She responds about not wanting to disappoint people waiting since 2018, and he drops the bombshell about million-dollar agency offers. The same brother who coached her to be more ignorant at age 9 was now playing the concerned sibling while probably calculating his percentage. Here's where things get interesting. After she made her million, Reddit lit up with posts from alleged subscribers claiming they'd been scammed. According to these unverified reports, she uploaded regular photos, the kind you'd see on Instagram, nothing close to what buyers expected. Whether this is true or not almost doesn't matter, because what it reveals about the buyers is the real story. These men were so desperate they didn't even wait to see what they were buying. $500,000 in direct messages alone, $26,000 in tips, all sent immediately. The desperation was so intense that rational thought went completely out the window. And the irony is beautiful in the most twisted way. This girl who spent years calling everyone broke, flexing money that wasn't hers, was now begging these same broke people for their money. She went from, "This toilet costs more than your rent," to, "Please subscribe for $30 a month." Just when you thought this couldn't get worse, Lil Tay posted on Twitter that Bonnie Blue, the woman who just made headlines for sleeping with 1,000 men in 24 hours, wants to collaborate with her. This is who's reaching out to her now, and if history teaches us anything, we know exactly where this is heading. Look at Bod Bobby's path. She swore she'd never show nuded, just take simps money. She made $52 million her first year keeping things tame, but then the money slowed. People got bored. Eventually she cracked. Now explicit content of her is everywhere. Belle Delphine's story is even more illustrative. She started selling bathwater, fully clothed, swearing she was too smart to do porn. But the gimmick wore off. She went from teasing to nudity to hardcore. That's how the OF pipeline works. You think you're in control, but the platform and audience always demand more. When someone like Bonnie Blue wants to collaborate on day one, it's like starting your drug journey with heroin. Every system that should have protected her instead profited from her exploitation. Social media algorithms actively promoted her birthday countdown posts to millions who never asked to see them. These platforms could have flagged a 17-year-old promoting adult content. They could have banned accounts counting down to her 18th birthday. Instead, they served her content to every creep with internet access, because engagement matters more than child safety. Nothing actually changes when that clock strikes midnight on your 18th birthday. You're the exact same person you were 5 minutes earlier, just now legally allowed to destroy your life on camera for money. This arbitrary line doesn't protect anyone. It just gives predators a countdown clock and a legal loophole. The agencies circling her are perhaps the most disgusting part. Professional companies with lawyers and business plans specifically targeting teenagers. They approach kids before they turn 18, build relationships, promise millions, then pounce the second it's legal. They know these teenagers have no understanding of long-term consequences. One commenter predicted we'll see the horror stories from OF in 10 years. They're right. We'll hear about the depression, trauma, inability to have normal relationships. But by then, these agencies will have moved on to the next crop. The tragedy of Lil Tay isn't just that she started an OF at 18, it's that this was always where her story was heading. From the moment her family put her in front of a camera at 9 years old and taught her that her value came from shocking people, this ending was written in stone. She never had a chance to be anything else. As one commenter perfectly put it, she may not be broke, but she's broken. What makes this horrifying is that we all watched it happen and nobody could stop it. We saw the coaching videos, the fake death stunt, the weeks of promotion while underage, grown men counting down, agencies circling like vultures. Her father tried to protect her and failed. The internet tried to shame her family and failed. Even people voting no on her polls couldn't prevent what everyone knew was coming. Right now, there's another 9-year-old going viral on TikTok, another child being coached by parents to say controversial things for views, another family seeing dollar signs instead of danger signs, another group of agencies taking notes for 9 years from now. The cycle that started with Bod Bobby and continued through Lil Tay isn't ending, it's accelerating. Each iteration gets more extreme, more shameless. We'll all act shocked when the next teenager drops their link at 12:01 a.m. on their 18th birthday, as if we didn't see it coming. The only question is whether we're going to keep pretending this is about individual choices, or finally admit that we've built a machine that turns children into products and then acts surprised when they sell themselves. Because until we acknowledge that, we're not just watching the exploitation, we're participating in it.